Quitting isn't always the answer. If you hate your job, you're not alone, and you're not powerless. In the next few minutes, the goal is to move you from "I'm trapped" to "I'm in transition." Here are the 3 takeaways you'll get from this video. First, the signs it's time to leave. Second, how to pivot safely. And third, how to balance emotional signals with logical decisions. Stay to the end for a quick recap and share which one resonates most with you in the comments. There's a particular feeling that comes with hating your job. It's not just boredom, it's the heaviness when the alarm goes off, the quiet dread, the sense that life is being spent somewhere you don't want to be. You sit at a desk, you do the work, you smile when needed, but inside something feels off. And the hardest part isn't always the tasks, it's the feeling of being trapped. It's easy to tell yourself to be grateful. Other people have it worse. There's stability, a paycheck, security. But gratitude doesn't erase frustration, and stability doesn't always mean fulfillment. Hating your job can feel like slowly disconnecting from your own life. Energy drains faster, motivation fades. The mind keeps wandering to a future that feels far away. Most people don't stay because they love the work. They stay because of fear of uncertainty, fear of losing income, fear of starting over, fear of failing. There's comfort in the familiar, even when it hurts, even when it drains, even when it slowly numbs ambition. The mind prefers a predictable struggle over an unknown opportunity. So you stay, not because you want to, but because leaving feels scarier than enduring. Here's the truth. You're not as trapped as you think. You may not be able to quit today, you may not have all the answers yet, but being unable to leave immediately does not mean you're powerless. There's a difference between being stuck and being in transition. The moment you stop saying, "I'm trapped," and start saying, "I'm planning my exit," your mindset changes. You move from reacting to strategizing. One of the biggest mental traps is tying identity to a job. It becomes easy to believe a role defines worth, that a position becomes personality, that a salary becomes self-esteem. But a job is a tool, not identity, not destiny, not value. A job can fund a future without becoming the future. You don't have to love your current job, you just have to decide what it's supporting. Start with clarity. Ask honestly, do you hate the job itself, or the environment, or the lack of growth, or the way it makes you feel? Sometimes the problem isn't the work, it's boredom, burnout, poor management, or no sense of progress. Clarity starts when you name the real issue, because you can't change what you refuse to define. Some jobs are stepping stones, others are cages. A stepping stone gives skills, experience, or resources that help you move forward. A cage takes energy, motivation, and time without giving growth in return. If the job is a stepping stone, set a timeline. If it's a cage, create a plan. Endurance is powerful, but only when it's purposeful. You don't escape a job emotionally, you escape it strategically. You don't need a dramatic exit, you need a steady one. Begin with a clear diagnosis. Is it the role, the environment, the compensation, or your trajectory? If it's the role, explore adjacent roles that use your strengths differently. If it's the environment, consider taking your skills to a healthier culture. If it's burnout, you may need a redesign, not a resignation. If it's compensation or progression, explore negotiation, reskilling, or repositioning your value. Skill up in the direction you want to go. Spend 30 minutes a day building a future-proof skill through courses, certifications, portfolio projects, or case studies. Document outcomes, not just activities. Results speak loudly in interviews and negotiations. When possible, test your skills through small freelance or consulting projects. That way, you validate demand before making a leap. Build your runway, financial and relational. Aim for a safety buffer if you can. Reduce non-essential spending. Increase savings and pay down debt. Invest in connections. Reach out to peers, alumni, mentors, and hiring managers. Ask for short, focused conversations to learn and offer value, not to beg for jobs. Find a mentor or sponsor who can coach you, challenge assumptions, and open doors. Run low-risk experiments. Schedule informational interviews to learn the day-to-day reality of target roles beyond social media highlight reels. Do a 4-week skill sprint to build a tangible artifact, a portfolio sample, a case study, a process improvement. Volunteer for cross-functional work in your current company to stack relevant experience without changing jobs yet. When it's time to go, plan the exit professionally. Align the exit with a financial buffer, an opportunity pipeline, and any key dates like bonuses or vesting. Keep bridges intact. How you leave becomes part of your long-term brand. Transfer knowledge well. Leave documentation behind. It's a mark of maturity and integrity. Now to emotions and logic. Emotions carry data, but they shouldn't drive the car. Use emotion to inform and logic to decide. Pay attention to persistent dread or anxiety, constant irritability, or loss of motivation that doesn't resolve with rest. These can be signals of misalignment. But test them against facts, financial readiness, market demand for the next step, transferable outcomes, and timing. Are there upcoming milestones that make waiting 60 to 90 days wiser? Which past results translate credibly into the next role? What evidence exists, job listings, conversations, interviews, that the market aligns with the plan? Try a simple decision framework. Define the decision clearly. Resign in 90 days, redesign the role for 6 months, or stay while building a portfolio. List 3 honest emotional reasons driving the urge to change. List 3 logical reasons based on runway, demand, and transferable results. Identify the biggest risk in each path and one mitigation for each. Choose a single 30-day experiment that reduces uncertainty and creates momentum. Then, put it on the calendar. Ideas don't stick unless they land in time. Throughout this process, anchor this mindset. A job is a tool. It can fund the future without becoming the future. You don't have to love your current job. You just have to decide what it's supporting. Turn frustration into fuel. Turn discomfort into motivation. Turn resentment into strategy. While you're still there, show up for yourself. Reframe the story. This job funds my next chapter. Do the work with professionalism, not because the job deserves it, but because you deserve the identity of someone who shows up with discipline and pride. Deliver cleanly, hit deadlines, document what you do, protect your brand and future references. Optimize your time, use lunch breaks and commutes for micro-learning, networking messages, and portfolio updates. Protect energy with boundaries and recovery. Don't pour heat into complaints, invest it in capability. And remember, motivation often comes after action, not before. Small actions build confidence. Confidence builds momentum. Momentum builds freedom. It's okay to admit you hate your job. That doesn't make you ungrateful. It makes you honest. Staying stuck without a plan is what keeps frustration alive. There's no need to rush. No need to panic. Move forward intentionally. Here's a quick recap of the 3 takeaways. First, the signs it's time to leave. Name the real issue. Is it the role, the environment, the lack of growth, or values misalignment? Is this a stepping stone or a cage? Second, how to pivot safely. Build a steady plan. Skill up. Test the waters. Build financial and relational runway. Redesign before you resign, and leave professionally when it's time. Third, emotional versus logical decisions. Emotions provide signals. Logic sets strategy. Use a simple framework, then pick a 30-day experiment to reduce uncertainty and create momentum. Which of these 3 resonates most with you right now, and why? Share in the comments. Your perspective might be exactly what someone else needs today. If this resonates with you, it means you are exactly the professional this community is being built for. This is a community of intentional professionals, people who want clarity, growth, and meaningful work without losing themselves in the process. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss practical strategies. Like this video if it helped. It pushes it to more professionals who need it. Comment with the takeaway that hit home for you. And come join us. Learn, share, and grow with a network that's serious about career clarity, performance, and purposeful transitions. We're building a community of intentional professionals. Come join and grow with us. One day, this phase will be a memory. It will either be the time you stayed comfortable and unhappy, or the time you quietly prepared for something better. You don't have to love your job, but you can love yourself enough to build a future you don't dread waking up to.
The moment you decide to take control is the moment your situation starts to change. See you in the next one.